Hey everyone, and welcome back. I wanted to bring up Dogecoin because that is, that's kind of the OG, and that's kind of the thing that kicked off meme coins to begin with. And so one thing that I've heard many times over the past several years is just kind of a general question. And this was a question that mainly started getting asked in May of 2021 when Dogecoin was really taking off, which was, can Dogecoin hit $1? And that became a rallying cry for a lot of people, which was, Doge will hit $1, Doge can hit $1, Doge should hit $1, all this type of stuff. But obviously, kind of where we're sitting at right now, Doge is a fair long way off of hitting $1. And so I wanted to take a look at how realistic could it be that Doge hits $1 as we run into this next bull run. What I wanted to show here is a couple different things. So first off, we've got price. And then, as I've always mentioned, and this is, again, kind of how we're going to back into kind of the possibility or kind of running a probability on can Dogecoin hit $1, we're going to be looking at the market cap. So here we can see that the market cap is 16 billion. We have a circulating supply. Basically, the total supply and circulating supply are basically almost the same. It's almost fully diluted. And what we can see here is that there is no max supply. This thing essentially just inflates into infinity. And so essentially the longer that it takes for Doge to hit $1, the more unlikely it becomes that it does hit $1. And so I want to kind of spend a little bit of time assessing or looking into how this would work. And so I basically just did some very quick calculations on a calculator here. And so what I did is I essentially took 1 and then I divided it by 0.1115. And that means essentially that we would need to 8.97. Basically, we would need a 9x in order to hit $1, which makes sense because it's 11 cents. Now, what I did with that is I took the 9x, or close to, and then I multiplied it by the current market cap, which we can see here. 16,318,188,096. Boom, right there. So now we come up with this number, and if we were to simplify it, essentially, we would need to hit $146 billion market cap for Dogecoin to hit $1. That's obviously, an extremely large market cap. That is something that I think would be very challenging to do. If we were to go back and look at CoinGecko and we were to essentially sort things by the largest market caps, we can see Dogecoin would have to be larger than the market cap of Solana, BNB, Tether, and then, Ethereum and Bitcoin would be kind of the only two ones that would be bigger than it. So it would be essentially the number 3 coin. It is only the number 9 coin right now, but again, look, it's 16 billion. So, it would need to see some pretty ridiculous amount of growth. It would essentially be pretty close to bigger than BNB and Solana combined, which I think is a bit ridiculous. It'd also be bigger than USDC and Tether combined, or at least close to, which again, looking at kind of the value that these have in the space and what they do, having a meme coin be kind of more valuable than all these would be kind of nuts. And so that kind of brings me to the next question of, okay, well, so it seems fairly clear to me, at least, that Dogecoin would have quite the challenge hitting $1, right? And so, that's not to say that meme coins themselves are dead or anything like that, but if you do want to kind of play your hand in the meme coin game, is there a better option than Dogecoin? And I would say unequivocally, yes. Yes, there is. Dogecoin is really nice because obviously the Doge meme is incredibly durable. That's a meme that's been around for a really long time, and so that is kind of the value to it, and that's ultimately why it maintains such a large market cap. But ultimately, if you're investing for the speculative gains and hoping to make money off it, again, this is not financial advice, so you probably should not be using any of the information in this or any of my videos as actionable advice to invest on. That would be ridiculous. So I would say don't do that, just because this is all just for informational purposes. This is my opinion. My opinions could be wrong. Doge could hit $1 trillion market cap. Who knows? I don't. So anyway, but looking here, we can see, kind of where the market caps lie and how they kind of move. And so if I were to be playing only blue chip memes, if such a thing exists, obviously, Pepe, that would be a 4x to just reach what Dogecoin is currently. WIF would be, close to an 8x, a little bit less than that. Bonk would be over a 10x, Popcat over a 10x, Floki over a 10x, Brett, 12x at that point. So, a lot of these big meme coins that definitely are very well established, they've got a pretty strong following, these ones have a lot more upside if we're going to see another major meme run up like we saw in Dogecoin in 2021. I do think a lot of volume and attention would come back to Dogecoin just because of its like staying power and again, the power of the meme and a lot of that type of stuff. But I mean, Pepe is another incredibly strong meme for a quarter of the market cap, right? Same thing, you know, with not as strong of a meme, but it definitely is like within the crypto native community. It's a very strong one. We see some of these, you know, this is SPX is based on, you know, the S&P. You know, there's multiple different like memes here. Floki's like Elon Musk's dog at one point in time, I believe. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of like different things that we can see here in terms of like memes that people are like, that people find funny, that people are like find interesting, a lot of this type of stuff. And so anyway, this is kind of what I wanted to show you in terms of like, if I were to be investing and I only wanted to invest in, you know, blue chip memes, again, if such a thing exists, I'd probably be looking in kind of this region right here, right? But ultimately, the way that I find memes to be the most interesting and trying, essentially the way for them to be most lucrative is try and find something down in this area, you know, that maybe people aren't talking about that are pretty interesting, that could see, you know, potential gains. Again, you know, here's one here. You know, I've heard this mentioned a couple times on my channel before. You know, Wojak is one that, I mean, this is a very durable meme that has been around for a very, very long time. Kind of on the inverse side, you know, Sigma's a meme that has kind of been, from my understanding, you know, that's what the kids are saying these days. And so, you know, this is another one kind of on the opposite end of Wojak. Wojak is kind of a very durable meme. It's been around for quite some time, where Sigma's one that, you know, a lot of them young whippersnappers are saying these days. So overall, you know, this in kind of, in my opinion, makes the most sense. Find some of these smaller ones. Again, it is more risk because the lower market cap these are, kind of means the lower likelihood that they actually, you know, tend to make a huge run. Now, you may have different convictions given, you know, some of the durability and some of the quality of the memes sitting at this level. You may think it's completely impossible, you know, that they don't run up to $1 billion level. I'm not here to speculate on that. I'm just kind of here to lay out kind of my view on how I look at the meme market, how I would personally play it. For me, I'm looking at kind of dipping my toes in, but overall, as I've kind of said before, you know, the meme market isn't something that I've typically spent a lot of time in. I like to focus on particularly development within Bitcoin. That said, you know, of the memes that I have been involved in, most of them are on the Bitcoin ecosystem, just because I've been a lot more involved in there and I kind of understand it a little bit better. The moral of this story essentially being, invest what you understand in, because that's probably where you'd be most successful. Again, you know, not financial advice, you need to make your own decision. But ultimately, hopefully you found the information in this video useful. If you did, please do drop me a like and subscribe. It really, really does help me out. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you know, whatever, please just let me know. You know, I'm happy to, I try and read and respond to all of my comments, and so I'm happy to kind of reply to any questions or concerns or comments, feedback, whatever you guys have. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video.